So, ladies and gentlemen, you are all welcome to my YouTube channel. And if this is the first time you are coming, please try to subscribe and join my YouTube. And in this video, we are going to look at the most frequently asked multiple choice questions in cell biology. And I will be the one to present these multiple choice questions. And my name is Mukhtar Aliyu Ekara. So let's start with question 1. The branch of biology that is associated with the study of cells is A. Biotechnology, B. Cytology, C. Evolution, D. Genetics. So what is biotechnology? Biotechnology is the branch of biology that deals with the study of the use of living organisms or part of the living organisms. It can be a cell, it can be part of the cells, it can be a tissue, it can be an organs to produce a product that is of importance to humans. Like, for example, we have a lot of recombinant products that are produced through process of biotechnology, like recombinant insulin, recombinant oxytocin. So therefore, it means that from this definition, biotechnology is not answer to this question. And then B, cytology. Cytology is a branch of biology that deals with the study of cells. So this is actually the answer to this question, because in cytology, it is actually a branch of biology that deals with the study of everything that is associated with cells, including the functions of the cells, different cell types, the organelles of the cells. And then evolution. What is evolution? Evolution is the study of how living organisms change over time. And evolution generally take a longer time. Like, for example, if you look at the human species 500 years ago and now, you will see that there is a clear difference between the human species of now and that of the 5 million and that of the 500 years ago. So this is evolution, that trying to describe how living organisms change over time. So therefore, evolution is also not answer to this question. And then we have genetics. Genetics is the study of heredity and variation. So when we said heredity and variation, it means that when we said heredity, it means the transfer of trait or characters from parent to their offspring, while variation is the differences that exist between individuals of the same species. Like, for example, if a parent are tall and they give birth to a short baby, so that describes the concept of variation. That is the difference that exists between the individual of the same species. So actually, the answer to this question is cytology. So cytology is the branch of biology that deals with the study of cells. So then question 2, which types of sugar is found on the surface of red blood cells in an individual with blood group A? So generally, in humans, we have different blood group types. We have blood group A, we have blood group B, we have blood group O, and then we have blood group AB. And it's the sugars that are found on the surface of the red blood cells that make one blood group type differ from one another. So now in these questions, we are going to look at which of the blood sugar that is found in an individual with blood group A. So option A is galactose, option B is N-acetylglucosamine, option C is N-acetyl galactosamine, and then option D is fructose. So the answer to this question is N-acetyl galactosamine. So an individual with blood group A means that he has, or it means that the individual have N-acetyl galactosamine, and that is why the individual is having blood group A. But when you have an individual with a galactose on the surface of the red blood cells, it means that that individual is having blood group B. So galactose is found on the surface of the red blood cells of individual blood group B, and then N-acetyl galactosamine is found on the surface of the red blood group, in the red blood cells of blood group A individual. And then for the blood group B individual, that is an individual with blood group AB. If you have an individual with blood group AB, it means that that particular individual have both N-acetyl galactosamine and galactose. So if you have an individual with both galactose and N-acetyl galactosamine, it means that that individual is having blood group AB. While if you have an individual that neither have galactose and N-acetyl galactosamine, it means that the individual is having blood group O. So therefore, for blood group A, the person is having N-acetyl galactosamine. So therefore, the answer to this question is option C. So then now we are going to look at the next question. So the next question is this, which is question 3. The type of cell that have specific nucleus and membrane-bound organelles is, so when we have a cell that have a specialized nucleus and the membrane-bound organelles like mitochondria, chloroplasts, lysosomes, so that are what describe a membrane-bound organelle. So when we have a cell that have this specific nucleus and membrane-bound organelle, so that type of cell is called A, prokaryote, B, eukaryote, C, red blood cells, D, sperm cells. So ladies and gentlemen, generally we have two types of cell. We have prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cells. So the answer to this question is eukaryote, because eukaryotes is a type of cell that have specific nucleus and membrane-bound organelles. While in the case of prokaryotes, it means that they are the type of cell that doesn't have nucleus and membrane-bound organelles. So therefore, the answer to this question is eukaryotes. So then we are now going to look at the next question, which is question 4. How many different cell types are found in humans? So generally in human beings, there are trillions of cells that are found in humans, and some of these cells are very specialized and differ from one another. So how many different cell types are found in humans? A, 200, B, 300, C, 220, D, 600. So the answer to this question is 220. So generally in human being, there are 200 like white blood cells, red blood cells, kidney cells, which is nephrocytes, cardiocytes, hepatocyte. All these are different cell types that are found in humans. So we have about 220 different cell types in humans. Then question 5. What is a cell? A, smallest and advanced unit of life. B, smallest and basic unit of life. C, largest and basic unit of life. D, largest and advanced unit of life. So the answer to this question is smallest and the basic unit of life. So cell is the structural and the functional unit of life. If there is no cell, then there is no life. And if there is a cell, there is a life. And of course, if there is a problem with a cell, then there would be a disease. And if you have a healthier cells, if your cells are healthy, then you are also going to be healthy. So the answer to this question is B. Then question 6. Which of the following is known as the powerhouse of a cell? A, mitochondria, B, cytoplasm, C, lysosome, D, nuclei. The answer to this question is mitochondria. When we say powerhouse of a cell, it means the part of the cells that supply energy, that provide energy for survival and the maintenance of cellular activities. So mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cells that generate a lot of ATP in the body, that is adenosine triphosphate, that make the cells to survive and maintain all the cellular activities. Then question 7, which of the following is known as a suicidal bag of a cell? A, mitochondria, B, Golgi complex, C, lysosome, D, nuclei. So when you say suicidal bag of a cell, it means it's a part of the cells where unwanted material, foreign organisms like bacteria and virus are degraded and then destroyed, which subsequently be eliminated. So because Generally in our cells, sometimes unwanted materials used to get into the cells. And if we don't need them in our cells, so they need to be actually die. So we have a suicidal back of in a cell that try to take care of all those unwanted organisms, kill them, and then destroy them. And what gave them that physiological functions or that cellular function is because they are rich in hydrolytic enzymes. And the name of this suicidal valve is called lysosome. So the answer is option C. Then question 8. Lysosomes are produced by which of the following cell organelles? So generally, lysosomes in a cell, they are produced from some organs in a cell. So we have option A, mitochondria, option B, endoplasmic reticulum, option C, Golgi body, and then the last one is DNA. So the answer to this question is Golgi complex. So a Golgi complex is the organelles of the cells that produce lysosomes. That is the suicidal pack. Then question 9. Which of the following cell organelles is responsible for transporting, modifying, and packaging proteins and lipids? A, mitochondria, B, endoplasmic reticulum, C, Golgi complex, and then the last one is DNA. So generally in a cells, we have an organelles that is responsible for synthesizing proteins. And that organelles that synthesize proteins in a cell is called ribosomes. So after these proteins are synthesized, they are transported to the target organs and also modified at the same time to make them functional. And then lastly, they are packaged. They are packaged. So the organelles that involve in the transportation, modifying and packaging the proteins and lipids is Golgi complex. So the answer is Golgi complex. So after the ribosomes produce the proteins, then the Golgi complex will now carry on in transporting, modifying, and packaging the proteins and the lipids. Then question 10. Which of the following cell doesn't contain a cell wall? A, plant cell, bacteria, C, fungi, D, animal cell. So the answer is animal cell. Animal cell do not contain cell wall. So cell wall is only found in plant, fungi, and bacteria. And the major function of the cell wall is to protect and provide rigidity to the cells. And that is why animal cell is very fragile compared to plant, bacteria, and the fungal organisms. So the answer is animal cell. Question 11. Who is the father of cell biology? A, George N. Papanicolaou, B, George Emil Pallet, C, Robert Hooke, D, none of the above. The answer is Robert Hooke. Robert Hooke is the father of the cell. He is the first scientist that was able to discover cell in the year 1665. So he considered as a father of a cell. And then DNA is stored in which of the following cell organelle? A, cell wall, cell membrane, C, nucleus, D, cytoplasm. The answer is nucleus. So DNA is a genetic materials that are stored in the nucleus. Although apart from the nucleus, there are also other cellular organelles that contain or that store this DNA. Chloroplast and mitochondria also stored DNA. But in this case, the answer is nucleus. Then question 13. In which of the following cell nucleus is not present? So which of the following cell nucleus is not present? A, eukaryotic cell, B, prokaryotic cell, C, none of the above, both of the above, D, none of the above. The answer is prokaryotic cell. So prokaryotic cell do not contain nucleus. Then question 14. Which of the following organelles doesn't have a cell? Which of the following organisms doesn't have a cell? A, virus, B, bacteria, C, fungi, D, algae. So ladies and gentlemen, the answer to this question is virus. And remember, virus is not a complete organism. Virus is not the complete organisms. Rather, it's considered as so remember I told you in some of our lectures that virus is a supramolecular complex, so it doesn't reach up to the cellular level. And that is why, because virus is a supramolecular complex, so it doesn't have a cell. So that is why it has both the characteristics of living and non-living. Then 15, question 15, who proposed the cell theory? A. Theodore Schwann, Watson, and Robert Hooke. B. Theodore Schwann, Matthias Kleiden, and Robert Hooke. C. Theodore Schwann, Matthias Kleiden, and Rudolf Virchow. C. Theodore Schwann, Rudolf Virchow, and Robert Hooke. The answer is C. These are the three scientists that actually proposed the cellular theory. 16. Which of the following cell is found in the brain? A. Neuron. B. Hepatocyte. C. Nephron. D. Epithelial cell. So the answer is neuron. So neuron, which is also called neurocyte, is the cells that are found in the brain. And of course, these neurons is the longest cells that are found in human. So the answer is A. 17. The protein synthesis takes place in which of the following cell organelles? A. Cell wall. B. Ribosome. C. Nucleus. D. Cytoplasm. So, ladies and gentlemen, ribosomes is the answer to this question. Ribosome is the answer to this question. So, although it is wrongly allocated, but the ribosomes is a part of the cells that are involved in the synthesis of proteins of the cell. So the answer is option B. Then 18. Which of the following is not a component of cell membranes? A. Phosphotriglyceride. C. Cholesterol. B. Cholesterol. C. Sphingolipid. D. Phosphodiglyceride. So generally, actually, the phosphotriglyceride is the answer to this question because phospholipid contain only two glycerides. So it is phosphotriglyceride is not answer to this. Sorry, is the answer to this question because the phospholipid that are found in the membrane is phosphodiglycerides. It only contains two fatty acids. It only contains two fatty acids because the other phosphoric group in the phospholipid is involved in the attachment of the polar molecules like sugars, amino acids, etc. So it can never be triglyceride. It can never be phosphotriglyceride. It's only two fatty acids that can attach to the phospholipid. The answer to this question is A. Then 19. Which of the following is not a function of cell membrane? A. It involves in the communication within the cells and other cells of the body. B. It involves in maintaining the structure of the cell. C. It involves in the transport of substances across the cell. D. Digestion. The answer is digestion. The cell membrane is not involved in digestion. 20. Which of the following is not a component of phospholipids? A. Phosphate group. B. Glycerol molecule. C. Two molecules of fatty acid. D. One molecules of DNA. The answer is one molecules of DNA. 21. Which of the following is not a function of cholesterol? Cholesterol is served as a precursor of vitamin D. It serves as a precursor for steroid hormones. C. Membrane fluidity. D. Cellular recognition. So cholesterol is not involved in cellular recognition. So the answer to this question is option D. 22. Glycolipids are A. on a surface of the cell membrane, B, embedded in the cell membrane, C, are in the cell membrane, D, none of the option. So generally speaking, glycolipids are found on the surface of cell membrane. So the answer is A. 23. Dash are inserted into the membrane and must pass through the membrane. A, glycolipid, B, integral proteins, C, peripheral proteins, and D, cholesterol. So the answer is integral proteins. Integral proteins are the proteins that are fully embedded into the cell membrane. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of these multiple choice questions. And please, if this is the first time you are coming to this YouTube channel, please subscribe and join the YouTube family. And if you find this video interesting, please comment and like the video. Thank you for your time.